My friends, fellow diehard pacifists, my name is Sol, also known as SolTheCleric, and welcome to the second part of my True Pacifist Run of Dark Souls 2 Vanilla. In this episode, we shall bend the forces of nature itself, starting with the force of gravity. And in order to best this invincible entity, we will have to make use of yet another infamous Dark Souls 2 glitch known as parry walking. But first, we need to remove all of our equipment, as this will hopefully make it more consistent. Parry walking involves rolling and then immediately riposting a parried enemy in a very precise frame window. If you do a riposte too early, you deal damage to an enemy and invalidate the pacifist run. If you do it too late, you're going to roll and nothing's gonna happen. If you do it just right, this is gonna happen. Mastering this arcane art requires very precise timing and lots of practice, but with enough training, any lowly cleric like me can consistently perform this as long as he's playing on this old patch version of Vanilla Dark Souls 2. So right now, in this special parry walking state, I need to increase my height, and to do so I'm going to jump 11 times in this direction to be able to hit a kinda precise loading trigger for the next area. I'll just keep. Here's the loading trigger near this tree branch. And we're in Aldia's Keep. There we go. But there's no time to rest here though, as this parry walking part is far from being over. In fact, I need to set up this glitch again to be able to skip a certain boss that unfortunately I cannot hope to beat just yet. I'm talking about the Guardian Dragon. In this version of the game, in fact, there's no NPC summon available for that fight, so we're gonna need to find a way around it, and quite literally I would say. So in order to do that, I'm going to parry walk a certain dragon acolyte hiding behind the painting here in Aldia's Keep. Let's go pay him a visit. There you are. Now, this guy is for some reason the hardest enemy to execute the parry walking glitch on, and so I'm going to play it real safe with him here. Come on, get up. There we go. Now here I need to raise my height a little bit more, just to be sure not to get stuck below this little bridge over here. And goodbye, Guardian Dragon. Hopefully we'll never meet again. So, our next destination now is the Dragon Shrine. There's many useful items in that area, but our main goal there is to obtain the Ashen Mist Heart, to be able to enter the Giant Memories, and also obtain a soul item big enough to finally make it extremely worth it to dupe it with the soul quote-unquote duplication glitch. And it just so happens that there's multiple souls of a great hero laying around here. Welcome to the Dragonary.
bearer of the curse.
The Dragon Eyrie is notoriously littered with very fragile dragon, or should I say wyvern eggs. Technically, these aren't considered enemies, as they lack a health bar, so breaking them wouldn't really break the rules of this pacifist run, but still I decided to come up with a route across the Dragon Eyrie that doesn't require me to break even a single egg all the way to the Dragon Shrine. What the? No, 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 get it, get up, get it. Well, crap. And this is what happens when you get to the Dragon Eyrie with base vigor and forget how to bind a boost, apparently. God damn it. Okay, let's get back there real quick. God damn it! You're a nasty Drake, you know. Okay, it's almost time to pay that big fake dragon a visit, but first let's explore that shrine a little bit. There's a few useful items here that I really want to get, especially the third dragon ring. Let's go get it. And here's an alternate use of Lloyd's talismans, getting a mimic's treasure without killing them. There it is. Too slow, my friend. You little... Okay, let's get out of here. So, there's a very precise path to follow to consistently avoid these Drake Keepers, and this is precisely what happens if you decide not to follow it. Well, okay. Let's try again. There we go. Oh, hello there. Well, that's a strange voice, you know, but whatever. Thanks for the heart and farewell. Okay, now let's get back to the Forest of the Fallen Giants, because there's a certain ring that I actually forgot to get in the last episode that could prove to be very useful, especially to counter poison. The Ring of Restoration. Okay guys, this concludes this episode, and in the next one we will finally try to get inside Dranglake Castle. The second part of the run begins here. This is SolTheCleric, and peace out.